Praise, giving all honor and praise to Yahweh Ba'ashim and Mashiach Yahweh Shah. All praises on this Burnt Toast Tuesday night. I hadn't been here in a while, but we've been trying to get the school together. We've been getting a lot of things started, getting that school together. So there's been a lot of inactivity as far as this goes online because just dealing with the school and things, man. It's kind of been a lot of work. A lot of work. How was I doing that earlier? Oh, pray. Oh, boy, I tell you, he does that every time. Oh, well. Yeah, boy, I tell you. Getting started today. Hey, wake up. Somebody's knocking at your door. That's the name of the class today, man. Like I said, it's been a long week. We were trying to get the school together, so I wasn't able to be here last week or do a class because we was in there getting stuff together. Hope y'all had a good couple of weeks since I last seen you or last got on the video. I did this Burnt Toast Tuesday. Well, we're gonna burn off all that. When the toast burn, we're gonna scrape off that bad stuff and eat the good. So that's what we're gonna be doing in these classes. Is scraping off that good, scraping off that burnt stuff, that old negative stuff, that worldly stuff that we was in, and eat that good toast that's up under that burnt stuff. So here we go. And like I said, the name of this class is Wake Up. Somebody at your door. Yeah. We're gonna see who at the door. We're gonna see who you gonna answer to. When you look to the people and see who out there, who you gonna answer to? Your homeboy? Man, this thing won't open. Yeah, I heard that. Sorry about that, y'all. Getting thirsty, just in case I get a little thirsty, I gotta have some drink in my. Oh, snap. Oh, boy. Like I said, hope y'all had a good little week. About to cross, it's at the beginning of this week, man. We just had new moon this week. So we did a celebration of the new moon, man, and had a good time, good feast. So, like I said, man, everything's coming along. The Most High working, doing this thing, man. And hope y'all, man, hope y'all paying attention to us and keep watching videos and keep watching classes. Come to class if you can. If you're able-bodied that can get to the classes, make sure you can come to the classes. Or make sure that you're getting in somebody's class and start learning. Hold on. Yeah, make sure y'all getting into somebody's classes and learning, not just being Israelite. I mean, being on the YouTube Israelite, man. You got to get out and put in the work. If there's no camp around, you go out and put in the work. Call us to see it, ask about setting up our own camping, going out to the streets and teaching your people, man. We can't just sit up in the house and expect everybody to do all the work while you sit there doing nothing and then want to expect yourself to get in the kingdom. But we're going to start this first one off. I'm going to go to Mark chapter 13 and verse 28. The book of St. Mark chapter 13 verse 28. Let me turn this ring off too for somebody to start calling. Mark chapter 13, verse 28. And it reads, Now learn a parable of the fig tree. When the branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, you know that the summer is near. Now look, like I said, man, that's what the season we're in now. It's the summer. It's the summer is coming up. Growth is beginning to form in our nation. Our people are starting to wake up to the truth, man. And a lot of them, some of them know that they're Israelites, but a lot of them refusing right now to keep the law, statutes, and commandments that we commanded to do. But the fact of the matter is, we are waking up. You can see the branches on the tree starting to get that green looks on them. The leaves are coming up on them. It's a couple of pieces of fruit here and there, little dots of it, but we're waking up as a nation of people. It's taking a while. Nobody said it was going to be easy. The Most High God did not tell us it was going to be easy to do the things that we got to do to wake up our people, because, man, it's hard. It's hard work. It's work. But you got to put that work in, and I don't mind doing it. So let's go back. Verse 29. So ye in like manner, when ye shall see the things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the doors. And right now, when you're seeing all these things in this Bible and these prophecies coming to pass, hey, time is near. Are people waking up? Time is near. The thing about it is, funny is like the enemy know it only have a short time. So why ain't we in a rush? Why ain't we in the pace to get things online? I mean, this is a marathon, but I mean, you run that race, but when it get close to that end, you need to take off sprinting. This ain't time to relax. That slow walk was the first 24 miles. Now we on the 25th and 26th mile. We got to pick up the pace. Start putting in work. There's no time no more. You got to start picking up the pace. Your opponent's picking up the pace. He know his time short. He know the finish line almost there. So why are we not picking up the pace? You don't run a marathon. Everything is slow. It's slow and steady in a marathon. But there's times you have to pick the pace up. And we're at that time now, man. We got to pick the pace up. So ye in like manner, when you shall see the things come to pass, know that it is nigh, even at the doors. Even at these doors, verily I say unto you, that this generation shall not pass till all these things be done. Heaven and earth shall pass away, but my word shall not pass away. But of that day and that hour knoweth no man, no, not the angels which are in heaven, neither the Son, but the Father, even Yahweh Shah. That's a cut on the Christianity and the Trinity doctrine. If Jesus was all knowing, he would know when the time is coming. So this letting you know he is not the Most High God. First of all, I don't even see how they don't see that thing like that. It's like they just ignore that. It doesn't matter to them. But he's saying that he ain't gonna know the time. So if he don't know the time, you don't know the time. He don't even know when he's gonna be sent back. So we gotta be ready and prepared at all times. At all times. But of that day, verse 32 again. But of that day, that hour, knoweth no man. No, not the angels. They don't know, which are in heaven. And they right beside the Most High. They right there up there in that heaven with him. Neither the Son, Yahweh Shah himself. He don't know. The Christians say he's all knowing. No, the Most High is all knowing. But the Father, he knows when. Take heed, it said, take ye heed, watch and pray. This is where we should be at a moment right now. We're supposed to be watching and praying. Looking through these scriptures, getting the prophecies, looking at the time patterns, looking at the things of this world that's going on, that's showing you the prophecies of this Bible coming to pass. Those are the times and the things that we should be concentrating on at that time. All praises. We got Sydney Thurston up in the building. Clyde Morris, I see from Chicago. All praises. My wife up in the building. Siobhan, Asia. All praises. We got the brothers up in the building, man. I'm glad to see y'all up in here and checking out the page or checking out the class, man. But let's get back to these scriptures. It says, I'm going to go back to 33. Take ye heed. This is Mark chapter 13, verse 33. Take ye heed, watch and pray, for ye know not when the time is. For the Son of Man is as a man taking a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants. And this is what Yahushua did. When he left and ascended back into the heavens, he left his house to the servants, which are us. So when we done went in there, a lot of us done went in there and dirtied it up. You know how I used to go and dirty the crib up. You try to time your mother and father coming back home. You try to get that thing cleaned up before they came in. Fixing stuff, you know, wiping cabinets down. You try to get that thing cleaned up because you're going to get a whooping if you come back and you ain't there, or you done ran out. You better be back at that house before your parents get back. And here he is. He done took a long journey. And he'll be coming back. Well, you know how them children be doing, but every time you hear the noise outside, you look it. That's how we need to be in Israel. We need to be watching at all times. You know, he said, for the Son of Man is a man taken of a far journey, who left his house and gave authority to his servants, and to every man his works. Everybody had a job to do when he left. Everybody, there's a lot of us in the house. Yeah, stuff going on in the house, but you need to be, by the time he come back, your job needs to be done. And to every man his work, and commanded the porter to watch. You need to be watching. We need to be watching at all times. We need to be watching. The doorkeeper, you know, that's what the porter is, the doorkeeper. We the watchers at the door. You should be looking at, because, hey, you better have your stuff together when they get back. Boy, you remember your mom used to tell you all that stuff for your father? Y'all better have that cleaned up by the time I get back. And boy, you better get your butt in there and get that cleaned up. And you hearing, you listening for the car. I think they are. Yeah, some of them be lazy, sit around, try to do it the last second. Get your butt whooped because they come in the door and you ain't did what you're supposed to have done. He said, but verse 35, watch ye therefore, for ye know not when the master of the house cometh, at eve, or at midnight, or at the cock crowing, or in the morning, least coming suddenly, he find you sleeping, and here you sleeping, and you ain't washed the dishes yet. And here they coming. You don't know what time they was coming back. You don't know what time. So at this time, you need to be in there doing your work at this moment. Putting in your work right now. Because you never know when they're coming back. You don't know when your parents coming back. We don't know when your Hawashai's coming back. So we don't know when the Father's going to send them. So we need to be getting our house in order and cleaning up our mess right now. Some of us got a little mess. Some of us got a whole lot of mess. But guess what? Your work got to be done. By the time, boy, you hear that, the boy on that door, you hear them keys, clink, 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 outside that door, and you trying to run around up in the house, knocking over more stuff, tearing more stuff up before they come in, because you trying to run over there to get to your job that you supposed to have been taking care of and doing at the time that before when they left. He said, and what I say unto you, I say unto all, watch. Y'all better be watching. It's not time to be sitting down. It's not time to be all on every other page and doing all these other things besides doing what the Most High God told us to do. It's not time to be sitting all the time doing nothing. I sometimes got to get myself up and do some stuff. I got to do it myself. This message go to me, but just as well as it go to y'all. This for all Israel. We done been spoiled. We're in a place where we think we can sit down and do nothing for a while and relax. It ain't no time to relax. Your enemy is not relaxing. We got to get off our hands and start putting in that work. We got to. Let's go to St. John chapter 1. No, chapter 10 and verse 1. St. John's chapter 10, verse 1. And it reads, Verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entereth not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. And that's what they teaching us in America. They teaching us all these old other ways you can get into the kingdom besides keeping God's commandment. Anything but what he say do. And they trying to, and we up there, oh, that's the easy way. I'm going to try that shortcut. Ain't no shortcuts in this thing. Ain't no shortcuts. If you ain't going in through the doors where they say the doors, what the door that you were able to go to, you're not going to make it to the kingdom. You're not going to make it. You can try over there. You can try Islam. You can try Kemet. You can try throwing that stuff together, the stars, the moon, the sage, or whatever y'all got going on. That ain't, no, you're not going to make it. You're not going to make it. You just can't enter into a man's house just because you know somebody, you think you know him. You get your butt shot. And that's the same thing like on that Christmas, bud. Santa Claus can't exist. He coming down a chimney. Man, he gonna get lit up. He gonna get lit up. A white man coming down the chimney in the hood. Man, you gotta be out your mind. Throw some gasoline on that goddamn chimney fire. So I don't even know how he was gonna get in our house. We never had a chimney, so I guess he gonna knock at the door. And you better be careful who you open that door to, too. Y'all better look through that peephole and be watching. Because you open the door to the wrong person, being let him up in your crib now, too. Which is a good scenario about what I'm talking about, what we got going on. And it says, no. And I'm going to read verse 2. But he that entered by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. If you go in by the door, the way the Most High God taught us to go, the way the Most High God told us how we got to enter into his kingdom, into his house. We are his sheep. See, the sheep done been in the fold. They know which door to go to. But he that climbeth up some other, Salakia. Verse 3, to him the porter opened, and the sheep hear his voice. And he calleth his own sheep by name. His own sheep. He don't call everybody. And it ain't no spiritual, this Bible is always going, and them Christians just cannot handle this. Christianity, Islam, they can't handle this. Because they try all the ways. Then they come and say, I think we all worship the same God. No, we're not. When your doctrine is telling you to do something else opposite of what my doctrine is telling me, we can't be. It's not the same God. That's how they try to put it now. Or they've been trying to do that. We all the same. This is all the same God. No, because you got a book you read out of don't got nothing to do with mine. Mine don't have nothing to do with yours. So it's not the same God. Not the one you believe in. Can't be. But somehow they managed to think our people sum that up like that. But it's not so. It's not true. Can't be. Makes no sense. Allah, that's the same God as. No, it ain't. Could say the children of Israel, and y'all trying to throw Ishmael in there, which don't work. Buddha's trying to throw their people in there. It don't work. The Hindus it doesn't work. And then you Egyptology and what you call it, you chemists want to throw every goddamn God in there. Ramses, he's everybody and their mama. And it's not the same God. Shalom, Yaakov, all praises, man. Glad to see you here. You're here, man. Sydney, Akiam, Renard, all praises. Glad y'all showed up today, man. But like I said, man, they try to get us mixed up and caught up. But watch this. To him the porter opened, and the sheep hear his voice. That's the door, the door watcher. They gonna open the doors to the sheep. We'll get another scenario later. Let me finish this out, and we go back to another. Give you a precept on it. To him the porter opened, the porter opened, and the sheep hear his voice. And he called his own sheep by name. By name. He called his own sheep by name. Meaning he not only do the sheep know his voice, but he know his sheep by name. What name did the Most High God call out these other nations? The nation that he chose. That was only one. And that was only, Yahushua. And I mean the 12 tribes of Israel, Salaki. Okay, keep that for later. Just saw something else. And it says, and when he put it forth his own, he said, let me see, by name, and leadeth them out. And when he put it forth his own sheep, he goeth before them, and the sheep follow him. And that's when it's just going through telling us we got to follow Yahushua and keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. That is the path. That is the breadcrumbs that you must be following. You know how they put that food down so you keep coming there? The law, statutes, and commandments are the breadcrumbs that we need to be eating on this journey, following our Savior, Yahushua himself, which told us what God has brought us back to where God told us to go back and do and showed us the way to come back to our God. This is how we go back. We must follow the shepherd. We the sheep, we must follow the shepherd. And when he's leaving around, he's leaving all the statutes and commandments. Keep eating them and keep going. Keep eating them and keep going. Keep eating them and keep going. And follow that straight and narrow path. And a lot of times they just putting it right behind us. So it's not a crumb over here. He's not tossing like newspapers. He's laying a straight and narrow line. But we went all over the side. No, Yahushua don't toss it like when you did when you had that paper route. He's laying them down like Hansel and Gretel. A straight line so they can know how to get back, know where they're going. And this is how we need to be followed. He said that when he put forth his own sheep, he goeth forth before them. And the sheep follow him, for they know his voice, and a stranger will they not follow. See, when you come in this truth, you shouldn't be following nothing in the world. See, a lot of times, wandering sheep be the ones that get caught by the enemy. You ever seen them herding the line? They don't just go in and stack. They look for the one that done isolated themselves, done took himself off the path where the rest of the flock is. They look for the most vulnerable one. The one that didn't, let me go see what's going on over here. Them the ones that get caught. And them lions be on his butt, tearing them up. But no, we like to go gather and I'm going to go check on this. I'm going to go look what's happening over there. I'm going over here now. And then next thing you know, you caught up. They got you. They got you. He said, and a stranger would not follow. See, if you're in this truth, you ain't finna follow this so-called white man. And that's what our people do. I mean, that son gun is over there in sheep. He got on a whole little old sheep clothing all over there. Come on, y'all. They just going down that way. We'll be back and take you off. As soon as they take you off, they take off that goddamn sheep, that sleek sheep mask. And it's a raging wolf, ready to devour. And you find it very hard trying to get back to the flock. All because you went off path. That stranger. You shouldn't even be listening to the stranger. You shouldn't even be listening to the stranger. And the stranger will not follow, but will flee from him. For they know not the voice of strangers. They know not the voice of strangers. My uncle used to live out in the country, man. When he had his big old acres. You couldn't even see not one cow, bull, or anything on that thing. And it was time for them to eat. He would put the food out there and he would yell, "Come on, come on." And man, out of nowhere, man, I'm talking about at least 200 cattle come flying out of everywhere, running. So I'm like, man, that mother called them mothers out of there. I remember we got up the next morning. We see the cows, so we try to say it and sound like him. Come on, man. Them cows didn't even look up at us, man. Not one cow buzzed like that. Ain't his voice. No, they wouldn't. They didn't budge, and that's how we need to be. We need to be listening to the voice of the Most High and no other voice. No other voice, man. No other doctrine about going away from us that we learn. And see, we listened to the voice of a stranger for a long time. We was following in all of their ways. The Most High came and got us. That ain't your sheep. They're mine. He came and got us. And here we are, following him. Don't let that other voice, man, distract us, man. Don't let it distract us, man. Let's go to Revelation 20 and 2. No, 20 and 21:12. I'm sorry, Salaki. Been slow today, man. It's a 110-degree weather, boy. Down there kicking. 110 degrees, boy. You know, time getting short. 110 today. Let's see, Revelation 21 and 12. Watch this. We heard this a lot of times. Remember, because it told us back in John, what was it telling us? It was telling us in John that when we were just in John, let me go back to it right quick, just to remind us before we go there. St. John 10, and it was saying, but he that entered by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him listen, verily, verily, I say unto you, he that entered not by the door into the sheepfold, but climbeth up some other way, the same is a thief and a robber. And that's what they're trying to get us to do. They trying to climb in another way. But he that entered by the door is the shepherd of the sheep. To him the porter openeth, and the sheep hear his voice, and he calleth his own sheep by name and leadeth them out. And when you go to 21 and 12, and it reads, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon. He called them by names to enter into this kingdom, to enter into this fold. He called them by the name. So anybody else entering in these gates, the Edomites, Ammonites, Ishmaelites, the Hamites, none of them he ain't calling none of those names. But the names that he do call are these. He said, and had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and the names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel. So how's anybody else going to get in that gate? How is anybody else going to get in that gate? How are they making this Bible say anything than what just been written right there? How is it he called my name? He had talked to me. He delivered me from drugs. No, the 12-step program delivered you from drugs. There's things that go in the world, but they ain't always blessings from the Most High. But the Most High got his own people. He got his own people. He called them by name. And those names are the only people that's getting in that door. Everybody's not getting in that gate. I hate to tell y'all that. I don't hate to tell you. Actually, I'm happy to tell you that. You won't have to go to heaven with your enemy if you're keeping God's law, statutes, commandments. You won't have to go. Not with your enemy at all. And it says, on the east, 3 gates. You ain't going to get in there if you're not of this fold. On the north, 3 gates. You're not getting in from the north side if you're not of the fold. On the south, 3 gates. You won't be getting in there. And on the west, 3 gates. You won't be getting in now. And the wall of the city had 12 foundations, and in them the names of the 12 apostles of the Lamb. Of the Lamb. The 12 apostles of the Lamb. Let's go to John 20:16. None of the names of no other nations up in there. I don't know how they trying to squeeze in there. They're going to be counted as thieves and robbers. And it's laws called stand your ground law. See, we got watchers at the door. It's angels. So y'all want to use the stand your ground laws? Show what the angels going to use it. Shoot to kill. Shoot to kill. Let's go to John 20:16. They using the stand your ground law. Yeah, y'all used it. You ain't getting a prayer. He said a robber and a thief. You know what happens to a robber and thief? You catch them coming in your house. It'd be like on what was that movie with Ice Cube man when the boy came through there and he got that 357 and blasted a hole in the door. You know, this is St. John chapter 20 and verse 16. Jesus said unto her, Mary. She turned herself and said unto him, Rabboni, which is to say, Master. Jesus said unto her, touch me not, for I am not yet ascended to my Father, but go to my brethren and say unto them, I ascend unto my Father and your Father. He said, I ascend unto my Father and your Father. Not everybody, Father. He ain't talking to everybody. He's talking to the disciples. The same ones that's going to be the foundation of what? Of the kingdom, which we just read in the Revelations. So he's not talking to everybody. So that right there letting you know he wasn't talking to everybody. He was only talking to the Israelites, his 12 disciples. But boy, they try to pull and make everything out to be, I got to get in. They trying their best to get in. They doing what thieves and robbers do. Thieves and robbers like roaches, man. Like water, man. If you try to stop it right there, they find in the crack. They got to go. They find the most vulnerable area they can get in. And they tell you, and here they come. No matter how you look at it, they coming. So you block that area, man, them roaches coming in somewhere else, man. I can promise you that. If you ain't killing them, they coming in. Tell me, I put some tape over there. I put a cabinet right by that hole. So they'll find another hole. They robbing and thieving. That's what Christianity doing. That's what Islam is doing. That's what Kemet doing. That's what Buddhists and Hindu and whatever other goddamn religion they got out there. Holly Christmas. Everybody trying to find a hole. They trying to find a hole to get in. Yeah, she said ants. Yeah. Them ants be coming, boy. You can't stop them. Not when they don't want to get in there. You got to kill them. If you don't kill them, they get in. So, yes, we're going to use the stand your ground law against them. Thank you, Florida. The angels going to use the stand your ground law and start blasting all these other nations trying to slide their butt in the kingdom. That wasn't even my subject matter today, but man, it just all fit. Then the same day, this verse 19, then the same day at evening, being the first day of the week, when the doors were shut, where the disciples were assembled for the fear of the Jews, came Jesus and stood in the midst and said unto them, peace be unto you. And when he so said, he showed unto them his hands and his side. Then were his disciples glad when they saw the Lord. Then said Yahushua to them again, peace be unto you. As my Father had sent me, even so I send you. And it's not talking about everybody. Because you had this lady wouldn't let them in the door. But they didn't. Sometimes, man, you got to go check the door. Somebody knocking. Don't mean open it. You better look through the peephole and see who at the door. because he's knocking at the door. But it's also demons and devils and all these other enemies, adversaries knocking at the door. And sometimes we'll answer to anybody. I don't answer to anybody. You got your hand over my people, you not getting in. Just knocking ain't gonna do. I need to hear the voice. I need to hear his voice. We open the door to anything. Knock, knock, pie out. You just open the door without even looking. Knocked across the head. Because you ain't even trying. You not watching. You just reacting. You just responding. You in anticipation for something that's not good for you. And that's what we love to do. Let's go to Ezekiel chapter 33. Ezekiel chapter 33, and we're going to start at verse 30. Also, thou son of man, the children of thy people still are talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses. It's people talking about us at the door. Some of them are people, others other nations, but they talking about us at the door. They don't like what you're doing. They don't like you following God's law, statutes, and commandments. They don't want you doing that stuff. You weird. You don't celebrate Christmas. You don't celebrate birthdays and nothing. No, you just want me to celebrate birthday because you want a gift. Hell no. You sit your butt down. Shoot. It said, and they come unto thee as the people come. No, verse 30, I'm sorry, Salaki. Also the son of man, children of thy people still talking against thee by the walls and in the doors of the houses. And speak one to another, every one to his brother, saying, come, I pray you, and hear what is the word that cometh forth from the Lord. And they come, and that's what we out here doing. Hey, look at the people. Look, we out here. Pastors ain't out here. We out here. Hey, open up. You should hear his voice. It ain't like we're going to give you our words. We're going to give you what thus say the Most High God. If you know the Bible like you say, you should be flocking to it. They come and watch what they do. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people. Some of them come, hey, I'm Israel. We Israel. And they hear thy words, but they won't do them. They won't do them. We've gotten so used to not eating the food that the Most High gave us to now, we don't want that food no more. We like the junk food. We don't like the vegetables and the meat that he gave us. Now, we like the candy and the soda pops and the ice cream and all the stuff they got. Because we done got to the point we done been away so long from our God, we're not even used to the food that he feeds us. It don't even taste good no more. But to the people that want to be a healthier person, the people that want to live, they'll go back and eat the food that's good for them. And they come unto thee as the people cometh, and they sit before thee as my people, and they hear thy words, but they will not do them. For with their mouth they show much love. I love him. We love God. I love God. I love God. It's all about love. It's all this other stuff. They always got all this stuff to say. Are you keeping the commandment? I don't need to. Well, how you love him? How you love him? Well, I buy a dozen of flowers and I sit them at on my nightstand. Flowers for you. Wasn't for no Most High. you think he need flowers for? What I put in church, yeah, you gave to the devil. You doing everything. I mean, man, it's crazy we do what we do. They come like right before us as his people. They are Israelites. The one that's in the truth, the one that's not in the truth. We can't change our nationality. They Israelites. For with their mouth they show much love, but their hearts go after their covetousness. That's what they covet, what they see in this world. Big booty Judy. Fast car Malone. We got to go get all this. We're trying to get all this stuff. We want everything everything the world got to offer. That's one reason we don't want to come to the Most High. Because the Most High takes those things to humble you down. Like, I can't get that. You mean to tell me I can't go and hit all these women that I want? I can't have a hot girl summer? I can't do that. Nah, they don't want to come. Oh yeah. Asia, man, that's one thing I noticed. The Esau be more asking about fringes than our own people. Our own people look and keep going, but the Esau, they be more curious than our own people, man. Yeah, you're right. Red tie poem, expensive handbags and clothes. Yeah, that's what we always after. That's what we love to chase after. Those are the things we like to go after. By our own covetousness. Verse 32. I think that's all I needed on that. Hosea. Let's go to Hosea 2 and 15. Let's go to Hosea 2 and 15. Hosea chapter 2, verse 15. And I will give her vineyards from thence and the valley of Achor for a door of hope. And he shall sing there as in the days of her youth, and as in the days when she came up out of the land of Egypt. And the Most High said he's going to give us his promises that he always promised. He gave us Shah. As in the days of our youth when he brought us out of Egypt. This is going to be the door of our hope. This is going to be the door of our hope. So when that door knocks, you better go and answer the door, but you better look through the peephole to make sure it's Yahweh you answering to, and not your enemy. The enemy they might not even, them the kind of, boy, you ever had somebody come and knock on your back door? You be like, man, you tripping. And then you go answer it. See, I'm getting my 12 gauge, man. Crazy in the sun going. What the hell you knocking on my back door for? Better come in through the front door. Man, and that's what our people do. Let's see. Finish this out. And I will give her vineyards, and from thence and the valley of Achor for a door of hope, and she shall sing there as in the days of her youth, and as in the days when she came out of the land of Egypt. Just like when we came out of Egypt, it's going to go back to that day. Let's go to Joshua chapter 7, verse 24. Joshua chapter 7, verse 24. Or Joshua chapter 7, verse 24. And Joshua and all of Israel with him took Achan, the son of Zerah, and silver, and the garment, and the wedges of gold, and his son, and his daughters, and his oxen, and his asses, and his sheep, and his tent, and all that he had, and they brought them unto the valley of Achor. And Joshua said, Why hast thou troubled us? The Lord shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned him with the stone. Most High gonna take revenge. We gonna get all this stuff back. But you gotta be keeping these laws, statutes, and commandments. You not getting it if you not. I'm just gonna straight tell you. I can say Shabbat Shalom on that one. Or Shalom and be done with that. You're not getting the kingdom if you're not keeping this law. I don't know how many times we got. It's so crazy that we got to tell you 1,000 times over and over and over. Keep the law, statutes, commandments. Our people just do not want to do them. Just like it said in Ezekiel 33 and 31. Our people just don't want to do them. We can say that every time. Keep the law, statutes, commandments. Keep the law, statutes, commandments. Keep the law. And our people look at that like, no, I'll do anything but that. I'll do anything. But he's saying he's going to give you all of it, the kingdom, everything that America has to offer. You're going to get all this stuff. Everything they stole from it, you get it back. But you got to be keeping them laws. You can't go back and be joined under them, and then you can't play both sides of the field now. You ain't gonna be able to make it. You're not gonna be able to do it. I wouldn't want you if I was nobody like somebody that's sitting in between as a traitor to both sides, because then both sides are killing. That's what happens when the West name. A lot of these stars get out here and they all praise they with God over here, but then they keep doing everything to getting the stuff from the devil and be satisfied with that, but then they feeling guilty and they coming back to God, and next thing you know, you see them on the news dead. They spewed out. They lukewarm sitting in the middle. And they really dealing with the demons. And they mind trying to go to the Most High, but they done sold their souls. You can't do that. Because then both sides think you're going to betray them. So guess what? They might come in an agreement. Let's just kill them. Because they ain't no good for me and they ain't no good for you. He said, and all that he had, and they brought them unto the valley of Achor. And Joshua said, why hast thou troubled us? The Lord shall trouble thee this day. And all Israel stoned them with the stones and burned them with fire after they had stoned them with stones. And see, that's a lot of times y'all don't want to open that door and go into the real truth of the Bible. You don't want to follow your house shot. Because see, a lot of times everybody think you're following your house shot. You got to be this soft little. If you're not ready to go over here and be killing for the Most High, you ain't gonna be able to get in that door. See, it's the kingdom of heaven suffer violence, and the violence take about force. So if you walking through that door, it's some things got to go down. You ain't going through there. You ain't gonna be able to get through that door without. It ain't gonna be patting people on the back. Hey, no, man. This is gonna be some violence. Your enemies just ain't gonna walk away. It's gonna be some violence that's got to take place. If you ain't ready to do that, you're not ready to get to the kingdom. You're not ready for the kingdom. You're not. If you ain't ready to get violent against God and your adversaries, you're not ready for the kingdom. You want to be soft, you want to be Caesar Borgia, you're not ready for the kingdom. That's why Edomites always trying to keep us so docile and soft. And so that's why they can't stand it when the black man stands up and be hard and bold. But the only thing is now, they don't care because we get hard and bold against our own people. We don't get hard and bold against them. You'll start seeing a whole lot of changes if we wouldn't even kill each other now. Every time they say something, we got something to say. You don't see a war going on in America. National Guard will be in the streets for real. That's how you know you're moving something. Something happening. Something happening when we get out there and we getting together and we ain't killing each other. And we running down the government every time they got something to say. No, we ain't marching. We standing ground. Ain't nobody marching no more. We gonna stand ground. And when we do march, it's gonna be a military march. It's gonna be a military march. Nobody playing with them no more, man. Verse 25, and Joshua said, why thou trouble us? The Lord shall trouble thee this day. And all of Israel stoned him with stones and burned them with fire. After they had stoned them with stones, and they raised over him a great heap of stones unto this day. So the Lord turned from the fierceness of his anger. Wherefore the name of this place, of that place, was called the Valley of Achor unto this day. This same thing is gonna be like when America go down. It's gonna be stoned, tore up. Let's go to Isaiah 14:1. So you got to be ready for these things. You can't be no soft-minded, soft-hearted. And women, he ain't telling you to get up and want to go fight these people. No, that's what the men for. Tell your man to stand up and be a man. We ain't got no, we don't need all these little punks from the church. Where's the organ? Only thing they want to do. No, we need men to stand up and fight. All praises, Sydney. That's exactly what they found out. When the Most High, they found out he's a man of war. Because that's what he is. This ain't no playing game. I know how people know. It's funny how we like violence. Boy, we run to a fight when two Negroes is fighting. But boy, when it's time to fight, we don't want to fight. Now we'll fight each other, but we don't want to go fight our enemies, man. And that's the craziest thing I ever seen. Verse 14, Isaiah chapter 14, verse 1. For the Lord would have mercy on Israel, on Jacob, and will yet choose Israel, set them in their own land, and the strangers shall be joined with them. Them strangers, they're going to be joined. They ain't finna be your friend either. They shouldn't be. And the strangers shall be joined with them, and they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. See, a lot of y'all trying to say now that y'all need to be cleaving now. See how y'all like to jump around in the prophecies then and take that part. Well, they're cleaving. No, you just befriended them. You ain't going to get them into the kingdom. Well, that ain't the time they're going to be cleaving. This time right here is a different time when you talk about now. That time right here is not now. Because if it was really now and they cleaving to you, go slap them in the head. Make them bow down. Make them go cook your dinner if you're going to do that. But y'all be telling me they cleave. Well, they're cleaving. Yeah, they trying to find out what you up to. So they can run back and tell their daddy. Then their daddy coming to kill you. But our people be saying that all the way. They cleave. This one right here, I know, because he cleaved and they doing the commandments. They ain't doing no dang on commandments. Lying to you. Just lying to you. But you, when they cleaving, nah, this is the time now. They gonna be cleaving. And then when they do cleave to us, then what we gonna do? And they shall cleave to the house of Jacob. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. Then if they cleaving now, then you go yank one of them and take them home. Make them clean out the refrigerator. Go scoop the dog poop out the backyard. And go sit in the corner till I need you to do something else. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place. And the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids. They cleaving, go make them right now. Right now, y'all be saying that? Oh, this one I know, he cleaving, he's trying to learn, he wants to know this, he wants to do that, he's gonna follow the commandment. Well, shoot. Well, you should have them serving you right now. Right now. Go put you another doghouse in the backyard, put your dog going in one, put the Edomite in another one. Or whoever the other nation is. Put them in the other one. If that's what y'all claiming. They cleaving. Oh, this one is cleaving to it. That's what they be trying to use to try to say that they got, oh, this one is all right. This one is not. That ain't happened yet. It's going to happen later. And the people shall take them and bring them to their place, and the people and the house of Israel shall possess them in the land of the Lord for servants and handmaids, and they shall take them captives, whose captives they were. You got to take them in captivity. You talking about they cleaving to you now? Well, take them into captivity, and they shall rule over their oppressors. Rule over them now. Don't just take the cleaving part now and do the other stuff later, so you can be friends with Becky. And as soon as you go on vacation with Becky, you might not be coming back. Ask that other black girl who you went to sleep over. She's still asleep. Everybody else is up and gone. They ain't even investigating it no more. Nobody get charged. But it just so happened to be a Jake. But you, boy, y'all, man. Let's go down to verse 21. 14, you know how that go? Prepare slaughter. That don't sound like nothing good right there. Prepare slaughter. That's mass murder. It's murder. It's mass murder. Prepare slaughter. Isaiah sound like one of them hard rappers right there. Prepare slaughter. That's how we say it in Texas. Slaughter. Man, ain't nothing sound nice about slaughter. Prepare it. Get prepared to slaughter. But y'all want to be these soft, though, they cleaving to it. Let them cleave. You can bring them over to my house. I slaughter them. I slaughter them. It's like bringing a rat. Oh, that's my pet. Not even in you can't bring that pet in my house. I'm slaughtering it. I don't do rats. I don't do snakes. And I damn sure don't do Edomites. I slaughter them. I'm slaughtering them. Prepare slaughter for a shitting for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. Put them all up. Since you cleaving to them now, slaughter them. Slaughter them. Just letting you know, this ain't talking about the time when they were cleaving. It's going to be a time for that. Here we go. A brother didn't come in there, Damien. Help me understand Isaiah 56 and 10. I'm going to do that, but next time, man, let me stay on the subject, man. Like I told y'all last time. I think it was you, Damien, I told you. They got what's the name? 56 and 10, man. His watchmen are blind. They are all ignorant. They are all dumb dogs. They cannot bark, sleeping, lying down, loving a slumber. That's your damn pastor. That's your TD Jakes. That's your Creflo Hollis. That's your, Joel Osteen. Those are the pastors that we call it right now, supposed to be our watchmen. They don't bark. They don't do anything. His watchmen are blind. They blind. They don't know nothing about these prophecies. They can't see what's coming to pass. They don't know nothing about, they looking for this old one man to come out of the thing, calling him the Antichrist, when it's many Antichrists, a whole nation of people that's got a system going on. They don't know these things. They blind. And then they are what? They are all ignorant. They don't know nothing about this Bible. They don't know nothing about the Most High God. They ignorant. That's why they can't defeat Israelites when they got to come up to them. So at the same time, while they're looking at the Israelites doing things, they ignorant, man. That's easy. If you've been in this truth, you need to be sitting there and you need to look at a lot more video, because this right here, a lot of people, you should be able to break this down, Damien. I know what you're trying to get. You don't want you want this to be the Israelites that's out on the street. No, these are the Israelites that's in them churches. He's watching the blind. They are all ignorant. They are dumb dogs. They cannot bark. That's like a dumb dog. If somebody break in your house, is all in your house, and don't say nothing. That dog open that one eye up and close that one eye. He back to sleep. That's what our pastors are. That's what our pastors are doing. They ain't telling us everything going on. They don't even want to tell people that they're Israel. You didn't learn you was an Israelite. You had to go to the streets to hear that. You had to turn on YouTube and see Israelites that's on the streets to get that information. Meaning they ignorant. They dumb dogs. They cannot bark. Robber go in your house, steal everything, go right out the door. You wake up, your house is naked. Dog still at the front door, sleep. Lying down, loving the slumber. That's what they do. They sleep. Yea, they are greedy dogs, which can never have enough. They can never have enough. Who did we get that Christianity from? These are greedy dogs. What do you think them pastors be doing? They sleep because they get their belly full from taking all the money from the church. They are shepherds that cannot understand. They all look to their own way, everyone for his own gain, from his quarter. Who's that? That's self-explanatory. You see him on TV, watch him on Sunday, flick the channels. On your local channels, you see him all over the place. That's what he's talking about. Oh, boy. I understand, Damon, you want to learn, but this time, and like I said, this time and place for those things. Those questions, like I said, when you got Q&A, they answer Q&A. I didn't say you was a Christian. I don't know where you got that from. I didn't call you a Christian. Yeah, them the same pastors we grew up to looking at. I'm talking about all of them. Those are the dumb dogs. You asked about Isaiah 56 and 10. That's what I broke down. So let me get back to where we at. And now let's go to Jeremiah 51 and 19. Jeremiah 51, 19. And it reads, the portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things. And Israel is the rod of his inheritance. The Lord of hosts is his name. The portion of Jacob, which is Yahushua, is not like everybody else. We shouldn't be. We shouldn't be trying to be like everybody else. We should be different 100%. That's why we do the things we do. We don't even look like nobody when we in sin. We know we different than them. They know. That's why they trying their best to put you down. They know them people are different. We always been different. Even the Africans, like today, they know we different. We so stupid, we just don't believe they are people. They know, nah. When have you ever seen an African win a 100-yard dash? They ain't like us. They ain't gonna never be like us. Shoot, and the only reason they beating us in the long distance because we out of shape. We don't gotta run that far. The Stoja is down the street for us. That mug literally 26 miles away from them. But other than that, no. The portion of Jacob is not like them, for he is the former of all things, and Israel is the rod of his inheritance. For the Lord of hosts is his name. The Most High only chose you Israelites, period. Thou art my battle axe. That's who we are. They You answer the wrong door if you think you finna come here and be all soft and sweet. We battle axes up in here. We ready to battle. And weapons of war. We the battle axes, God's weapons of war. You know what y'all thought this was? This ain't no playground. This ain't showbiz or Chuck E. Cheese's. No, no. It's a battleground here. Thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break into pieces the nations. With us, he gonna break in these pieces of the nations. Whatever remaineth after Yahweh shall come and tell what he got to tell. Yes, we get the rest of it. The ones that's hiding up in they can be hiding. I got cities up underground right now. They ready for the bomb. You not ready. Only way you gonna get out of it, we'll see. We'll see. For thou art my battle axe and weapons of war. For with thee will I break into pieces the nations, and with thee will I destroy kingdoms. And with thee will I break into pieces the horses and his riders. And with thee will I break into pieces the chariots and his riders. When we give up them different bodies, they all that old flying around and they little jets, that ain't nothing. I don't care if you got a tank. We knocking that down with the riders and the machine. We gonna be knocking all this stuff down. With verse 22, with thee also will I break into pieces man and woman. Oh, see, some of y'all scared to hit a woman. I'm gonna be knocking some Becky's out. Bam, boy, all them ones that used to get pissed off at the door when you done open the door and they walk right past you, don't even say thank you. I get the boy, knocking them out, slamming them. I'm body slamming them. So y'all scared? I ain't scared. I'm the men I'm knocking out, the women I'm body slamming, the little children I'm elbowing in the throat, all that. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm gonna have a good time. I'm good with it. I'm good with it. Who you don't want to punch? Hey, bring them to me. Ah, John Jones in them. I'm John Jones in them up in there, boy. With a new body too, meaning my leg. Boy, don't tell me my leg ain't gonna be hurting. Y'all gotta be out y'all mind. Boy, I'm gonna have me some fun. Get a whole new body. Then I get, boy. I got quite a few of them already in my mind. I want to get back already. And with thee, verse 23. No, verse 22 again. And with thee also will I break in pieces man and woman. And with thee will I break in pieces old and young. And with thee will I break into pieces the young man and the maid. And the maid. Knocking everybody out. Body slamming everybody. All the other nations. Y'all crazy. Verse 23. I will also break into pieces with the shepherd and his flock. See, this don't sound like that Caesar Borgia, that little white boy you got on them pictures. This don't sound like him, but this is the one they talking about. This is what he really about. This is what he finna come back and do. And he's finna use us. He gonna be our king. He in front. Yeah, take care of him. He said, I will also break into pieces with thee the shepherd and his flock. And with thee will I break into pieces the husband and his yoke of oxen. And with thee will I break into pieces captains and rulers. I will render unto Babylon, America. That's America. Babylon is America. He said, and I will render unto Babylon and to all the inhabitants of Chaldea all their evil that they have done in Zion in your sight, said the Lord. He's going to do it in our sight. Some of y'all gonna be hiding with your eyes wide shut. I'm gonna be bright-eyed and bushy-tailed with my sword out. Who you want me to? I tell my son, if Moses say cut his head off, I kick that mug down the road. So, man, this thing's gotta happen, man. All praises, Slim. That's what I do too. Yep. All praises. All praises. But like I said, man, this is things that's got to go down, man. We be trying to escape these things. Let's go to Psalm chapter 147. Psalm chapter 147. 147, and we're going to start at verse 2. Verse 2. The Lord built up Jerusalem. He gathered together the outcast of Israel. He healed the broken in heart and binding up their wounds. So you ain't got to be worried about going out there and fighting and getting hit with like this. He going to bind up your wounds. He going to heal us. He going to choose us. He's going to help us. So you ain't got to be worried about you getting scarred. Just be ready to fight. You ain't got to be worried about what these enemies going to be bringing. He going to heal us. You just be tired when it's over with. You just be tired when it's over with. When I used to play that basketball, man, I used to go out there, man. I want to get so tired that when this game over with, I can't go party. I can't go kick it. Because I done gave it all I can in this game. That's how I like to finish my game. That I gave it all, and I'm so tired to move the next day. That's what I like about hitting that on the Sabbath. Because I be drained on that next morning. I be drained. And that's a good thing to me. Meaning I went out there and I gave it what I can, all I can. Stand in my post, holding my post, walking, it's 110 degrees, stand in the sun, sweating, oh well. I rest tomorrow. But today I'm going to give it all I got. That's what you got to do. Let's go to Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 3. Yeah, if you play that basketball game and then y'all playing the championship game and y'all done won the championship game and you got a whole lot of energy to go party, go mess around with your girlfriend, go smoke and do everything else. You didn't do much at the game. You was on the bench. You was on the bench. Or you was that dude over there passing out water. You wasn't doing much. You got to get out there, man, and be tired, man. Well, you can't lift your arms no more. Like a boxer, man. When they going out, they got to finish that last 12 rounds. They got to go throw them hands. To where, man, at the end of the fight, you can't lift your arm. People talk about, why he lifting his arm? He can't. He tired. Deuteronomy chapter 30, verse 3. Thou then, the Lord thy God, will turn thy captivity and have compassion upon thee, and return and gather thee from all the nations where the Lord thy God has scattered thee. That's what's going to happen. Most High ready to fight with us. He ready to tell us, come on. Who'd you open the door to? That white Caesar Borgia? Or the Most High Yahweh and his son out of this Bible? Don't sound like the one they gave us. Y'all better look through that peephole and know who you open that door to. Somebody knocking. Better wake up. But But you better take a look before you just open that door. You better hope he says his name so you hear his voice. It says Area Isaac. I just discovered this channel after watching a video from 2 weeks ago of a group of fine young men preaching to the public. May the Lord our God and his precious son, Yahushua, bless you, all of you. All praises. Thank you, man. Thank you. That's the Most High doing this thing, man. Most High raising up a nation, man. That's what he using us out here. To come help us raise up a nation. Let's go to Isaiah 57. Isaiah chapter 57 and verse 8. See, scripture's getting fun, man. The scriptures stay fun. I don't even know how y'all not staying in the scripture sometimes. Best movie you could ever watch, pick up a Bible. Isaiah chapter 57 and verse 8. Behind the doors also and the posts hast thou set up thy remembrance, for that thou hast discovered thyself to another than me, and art gone up and hast enlarged thy bed, and made thee a covenant with them, and lovest their bed where thou sawest it. That's what we do. See, that's a lot of times when you don't want to come in and get ready to do what the Most High God got us to do. Y'all will make a covenant with the other people. Got that big old bed, man. You know that big old round hotel bed the one to be sitting on the movie. Got that big round. You know when you push the vibrator on it. Over there laying in bed, got number 8, Ammonite, Japanese, Chinese, Edomite, all in the bed. Just bed full of filth. Your bed getting bigger. Come on, just roll on me. It's nasty bed. He said, this, hold on, let me read that again. Behind the doors also and the posts hast thou set up thy remembrance, for thou hast discovered thyself to another other than the Most High, other than me, and art gone up and hast enlarged thy bed and made thee a covenant with them. Thou lovest their bed where thou sawest it, and thou wentest to thy king with ornament, and this increased their perfume, increased thy perfume. See, that's what we do. We take our money, we love to go spend it with them. But when it comes to us, we be talking about we need a new building, we be needing all the stuff that we need to keep this word going. Y'all be like, but you'll take your money, you'll give it to these other nations. You'll give it to this kingdom. Then we talking about why we can't grow no businesses. Because we don't buy it from ourselves. And thou wentest to the king with ornament, so you love taking it to the government. And this increased their perfume, you increased their money. You did nothing for your own people. And this send thy messengers far off, and this debase thyself even unto hell. Sold your soul. You know, sold your soul. For what? You didn't trust the Most High? Our people don't be trusting the Most High. They claim and run their mouth. We read that earlier in Ezekiel 33 and 31, man. Ain't people always running with their mouth saying this and saying that, but they don't be wanting to do what the Most High God say do. They do whatever everybody else tell them to do but what the Most High God say do. They won't listen to anybody but our people. If it was a Chinese, if Bruce Lee or a Chinese man was sitting on that corner speaking Chinese with a Bible in his hand, ain't even quoting the Bible, our people be lined up. Can't understand a word they saying, but they'll be sitting there listening to them before they listen to our people, our own people. All praises, red tie poem. All praises, man. Man, get deep, man. Where we at? 57, man. Where else stop at? And okay, yeah. Verse 10. This is Isaiah 57:10. Thou art wearied in the greatness of thy way, yet saidest thou not, there is no hope. Thou hast found the life of thine hand, therefore thou was not grieved. So you found the life of your hand. See, you ain't even saying there ain't no hope. It ain't no hope in the things you're doing because you're chasing after the world. You thinking that what you're doing with your hands is the great thing. Instead of even trying to, you ain't even grieved about it. You thinking that everything you got going on and what you're doing is good. When the Bible's going opposite of what you're talking about or what you got going on. And of whom hast thou been afraid of or feared? Who are you afraid of? So it should be sometimes you go and open up that door. When you look through that peephole, there should be some people you be like, man, I ain't open that mother, man. Like I said, y'all, it'll be somebody with their hand over the door. You open the door. You out of there. You out of there. Or of whom hast thou been afraid or feared? See, because when you house out that door, you're going to open that door. If you fear the Most High, you're going to open that door. You hear that knock on the door? Da, 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 da. Who is it? Boom! Sound like thunder done hit. Oh, you're going to open that door. Oh, shit, that's the Most High. That's the Most High. But nah, we'll open that door to, it's Carrie. It's Karen. What you want, Karen? I just want to come in. You open that door. Karen got her and all the Klansmen behind her. He says, of whom has thou, verse 11, and of whom hast thou been afraid or feared, that thou hast lied, and hast not remembered me, nor laid it to thy heart, have not I held my peace. That's what people do. They lie. I know God. Lying. Nor laid it to thy heart, have not I held my peace even of old, and thou fearest me not? He said, I never held my peace, and y'all still don't fear me? I done put death to your son, and you don't fear me? I done gave you cancer, and you don't fear me? Who you fear? Your hope is in the white man. You think he got a drug for you to get you out of that cancer? You think going to prison is okay? You keep trusting in him. Keep on. They got children locked up right at the border, right here in Texas. Slim Chan, when he said bring all nations where, the 12 tribes are the ones that's getting the kingdom. The rest of them are going to be slaves. Isaiah 14:1. And if you want to go, we already read that. Revelations 21:12. Just let you know who can get in the gates of the kingdom. Yep, red tie. You better be afraid of the Most High. He can take the body and the soul. White man can't do nothing until he kill you the body. Oh well. Just like the brothers in Maccabees said, we'll be back. I'm gonna get you. Yahweh said the same thing. I'm gonna get y'all. Don't worry, I'm gonna get you. I'm gonna get you. Thank God Schwarzenegger came back. We coming back. Isaiah 57 and 12. Now let's start at 11 again. And of whom hast thou been afraid or feared, that thou hast lied and hast not remembered me, nor laid it to thy heart? Have not I held my peace even of old, and thou fearest me not? I will declare thy righteousness and thy works, for they shall not profit thee. The Most High said, I'm going to declare it. You might think you're doing something good. You might think you're doing it the right way. But the Most High said, I'm going to declare it. And when it comes to me, and it's not the law, statutes, commandment, it ain't profiting you nothing. When thou cries, let thy comforters deliver thee. When you cry, let America deliver you. Let your friends deliver you. Let your homeboy, your homegirl, or your girlfriend deliver you. Since you ain't gonna trust in the Most High. He already said you're lying, so quit talking about you love him. If you ain't keeping his law, stop lying. Stop lying. So stop the lying. He said you lying. But with the wind shall carry them all away. He said, when thou cries, let thy comforters deliver thee. But the wind shall carry them all away. Yeah, let them deliver. And the Most High said that all of y'all going. The wind gonna carry them away. Vanity shall take them. But he that putteth his trust in me shall possess the land and shall inherit my holy mountain. And yes, brother, that's only talking to Israel. It's not talking to these other nations. They try to put themselves in there. I don't even know how y'all keep doing that. When this Bible from the front to back is only for the Israelites, by the Israelites, nobody else. Y'all in it though. The other nations are in it to be destroyed, to go to captivity. Somebody got to build up our kingdom. We tired. We tired. We done built everybody's kingdom on the planet. They don't give us nothing. We tired. So let y'all go in and handle it this time. We're not, and they say, let me finish this out. I'm gonna read it again, starting at 13 from the top. When thou cries, let thy comforters deliver thee, but the wind shall carry them all away. Vanity shall take them, but he that putteth his trust in me shall possess the land and shall inherit my holy mountain. Those are the people gonna get it. The Israelites that's keeping the God's law, statutes, commandments. Let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 16. 1 Corinthians chapter 16. And we're going to start at verse 9 is where we're going to start. If I can just get there. 16 and verse 9. And it reads, for a great door and effectual is open unto me, and there are many adversaries. Yeah, it's a door for us to walk through. It's the Most High, but he letting you know. It's a lot of enemies there too. They want to get in. They want to get in too. So they become your friend, thinking they can get in with you. You're going to be able to get them in when you barely. That's if we can get in there. You trying to grab somebody else to go in there that's not of this fold, and you trying to get them in, just hoping you better be trying to get you in. Even the righteous can barely get in. And you trying to bring somebody else with you. That's crazy. Don't make no sense. Look, there's an antisocial 666. Can anyone in the chat that practice disbelief answer my question? Now, you want to know, can anybody in the chat or in the truth is what you're saying? That's what you need to say. This ain't no religion, something you practice, something that we do. This is our nation. This is our heritage. That practice this belief. It's our heritage. What's going on, man? And then you got your little old 666, antisocial 666. If he asks a question, let him ask his question. Somebody in the chat take care of that question. What's that dude's name? Antisocial 666. Somebody tear him up. As soon as he come, I know he's finna come with something demonic. Let's go to 1 Corinthians, what we just did, 16:9. For a great door and effectual is open unto me, and there are many adversaries. Edomites, Ammonites, Moabites, Hamites, Israelites, homeboys, homegirls, daddies, mama, friends, brothers, sisters, whole lot of adversaries. A lot. Let's go to Revelation chapter 3, verse 8. Revelation chapter 3 and verse 8. It says, I know thy works. Behold, I have set before thee an open door, and no man can shut it. And nobody can shut that door. Not for the Israelites. This is going to make you, it's your decision. You going? Yeah, I'm going. You run to every other concert, you might as well go to the greatest concert of all time, the Kingdom. And no man can shut it, for thou hast a little strength and hast kept my word. See, when you running this thing, man, by the time you're done, you should be tired. Like I said, you should have put all of your energy in that last quarter. You should have put all your energy in that 12th round. To where when you finish, I'm wore out. You should be tired. I'm keeping these laws, statutes, commandments. I'm having patience with these people. I'm going through when I get weary. I run to my brothers. Hey man, lift me up, man. I'm not well today. But I want to be in it. Brothers give you that water. You drink that water. You ready to go. You rejuvenated. You getting back. You in the race. You just keep running. He said, my strength, and has kept my word and has not denied my name. And that's what we're doing now. I understand that. No, I don't understand. But I mean, I wouldn't, antisocial 666. I don't know what else that could, I don't know if you're saying you're antisocial against 6, I don't know. But that name raised questions. Maybe they use it for that. I don't know. I'm not against you. I'm just asking the question because I've always questioned why we have to fear the Most High. Why you have to fear the Most High? Because he's the judge of all judges. When you're in a courtroom and a judge finna give you your judgment, and you've done a lot of bad stuff, because we've done a lot of bad stuff, you don't know what the judgment is, you're going to have some fear. It's funny how we can fear man, but we don't fear God. And the brother put that out there earlier. The brother put that out there earlier. You fear God who can kill the body and the soul. And you ask that question, why do you have to fear God? The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Proverbs 1:7. If you want to be a wise person, you need to fear God. That's understandable. I don't even see how that could be such a. Now then again, I don't know where you're at in this truth, so I can't just go off on you. I don't know where you're at in it. But yeah, we're supposed to fear the Most High God too. Don't you think so? He can take your soul. He can put that mug in an everlasting burning pit. So why would we not fear God? Can't nobody else do it. Only him. Yeah. Red Tide done told you. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. Like I said, I don't know where you're at, but those are, hey, we must fear the Lord to begin this, even before we begin this walk. That's the first and foremost thing that we must do. The first and foremost of all things is fear the Most High. Let's go to, did I finish that? That was 3 and 9. Behold, I will make, no, that's all I needed. Of 8. Let's go to James chapter 5. James chapter 5. James chapter 5, and we're going to start at, let's see, chapter 5, and we're going to start at 9. 9. Because all this stuff we got going on, man, and this is what we shouldn't be doing. James chapter 5, verse 9. Grudge not one against another, brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. And that's why you got to fear the Most High God. Because he's the judge of all things. He's going to be the final judge of your soul. So, hey, you need to fear that. You don't know what the decision going to be. You don't know what that decision can be. Grudge not one against another. Brethren, lest ye be condemned. Behold, the judge standeth before the door. Take my brethren, the prophets, who have spoken in the name of his Lord, for an example of suffering, affliction, and of patience. Look at these prophets and see the suffering that they went through and the patience they had. We don't got time to be fighting against each other because we can be condemned. I think a lot of our brothers need to start looking at that one scripture by itself for a long time and meditating on that. We ain't got time to be grudging against one another. Y'all keep up with it. You're going to be condemned. That's why some of you got bad times right now, going through a whole lot of hard stuff. Then coming to the congregation need help all the time because you're always grudging. You're always backbiting, always talking about somebody, especially a lot of you sisters. Y'all love talking about the other girl or the other woman. We ain't got time for that. Ain't no more time for all that stuff, man. Been doing that stuff all our life. Time to stop that. It's time to stop it, man. Time to move on and get on with what we're supposed to be getting. I'm going to read that one more time before I go to the next one. Verse 10, take my brethren, the prophets who have spoken in the name of the Lord for an example of suffering, giving you an example for suffering, affliction, and of patience. Let's go to Matthew 15 and 12. Matthew chapter 15, verse 12. Then came the disciples and said unto him, knowest thou that the Pharisees, no, I needed, that's not Matthew, is what I wanted. Am I in the right one? I think that was Mark. No, it's Matthew 15:12. Yeah, that's what it is. Matthew chapter 15, verse 12. Then came his disciples and said unto him, knowest that the Pharisees were offended after they heard this saying? But he answered and said, every plant which my heavenly Father hath not planted shall be rooted up. Let them alone. They be blind leaders and of the blind. And if the blind lead the blind, both shall fall in the ditch. That ain't even what I wanted, but that sounded very good. Oh, I'm sorry, Salaki. I knew that wasn't what I wanted. I said 5. I'm in 15. I'm like, man, I could have broke that down though. But that was a good one. Because we did talk about the blind. The brother asked about Isaiah 56 and 10. There's 5 and 12. 5 and 12. Rejoice and be exceeding glad, for great is the reward in heaven. For so persecuted they the prophets which was before you. Ye are the salt of the earth, but if ye salt have no savor, wherewith shall it be salted? Look, the prophet done showed us the way we should be going. Teaching this truth, whether they're going to come kill us, oh well. They're going to toss us in prison, been told to us. But we stand strong. We stand bold as a lion. No matter how they come, we the salt of the earth. You don't want to get tired and restless and sit down, then you have no use. You don't got no savor. That's some nasty salt, boy. You sprinkle all that, think you finna get some flavor and ain't no flavor in it? Oh my goodness. Wherewith it shall it be salted? Is it henceforth good for nothing but to be cast out and to be trodden down under foot of men? That's the only thing it'll be good for. To be trodden down because it ain't no good. It ain't got no savor. It ain't doing nothing to that meat. It done lost its savor. Let's go to Colossians 4 and 3. I'm about to close out. What I have over here? What is that? He said, I had my own experience. I was shot 5 times, 3 to my neck, once to my left side of the chest and arm. I didn't, Jesus. I saw my ancestors, though. Wow. That's another time. I ain't going to get on that right now. Yeah, go ahead and keep telling him, man. I ain't got time to be going with it. He can, somebody, Red Poem is taking care of that. Go ahead and keep taking care of that. And go ahead and finish this out. Colossians, let's go to Colossians chapter 4, verse 3. Colossians chapter 4, verse 3. Withal praying also for us, that God would open up unto us a door out of utter to speak the mysteries of Christ, for which I am also in bonds. And the Most High said, hey, pray for us when you see them brothers on these TVs getting these streets, pray for them, man. Pray for them. So we can get these prophecies out to our people. The mysteries of this Bible go into our people. And we should be bonded in it. But pray for the people out there on the streets. Pray for these camps, man. Y'all always want to come against camp, and it's the camps that are giving y'all the truth. Nobody else giving you no truth. They're not giving you no truth. Let's go to 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 10. 2 Corinthians chapter 2 and verse 10. Chapter 2 and verse 10. One past that. And it reads, to whom ye forgive anything, I forgive also. For if I forgive anything, to whom I forgave it, for your sake forgave I it in the person of Christ. That's how we need to start going with our people, man. Got time for these grudges no more, man. Time is short. Go forgive your brothers and your sisters and go on, man. Build a better relationship with each other. Build a better relationship with your people, man. He forgave you. You need to go and forgive them. Y'all like holding these grudges with each other, man. Time is short for us, man, Israel. We ain't got time. I'm going to read that again. Verse 10. To whom ye forgive anything, I forgive also. For if I forgave anything, to whom I forgave it, for your sake forgave I it in the person of Yahushua. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us. For we are not ignorant of his devices. We're not ignorant of these damn devils, of America and its system, all the lies. But we will be ignorant because he's going to get an advantage because we won't forgive each other. We hate each other. Stop it. Damn. Always looking to having a grudge with somebody. What's so bad about a lot of them white people, they ain't the ones that's coming at us. It's our own people. It's our own people mad because we don't want to celebrate Christmas. Well, like the Bible told us not to do. As if it was something new. It's crazy, man. It's crazy. Let's go to Revelation chapter 3, verse 20. Revelation chapter 3, verse 20. And it says, behold, I stand at the door and knock. If any man hear my voice and open the door, I will come into him, and I will sup with him, and he with me. To him that overcometh will I grant to sit with me in my house, in my throne, even as I have also overcame, and I am set down with my Father in his throne. He that had an ear, let him hear what the Spirit saith unto the churches. I hope y'all see that. You got to overcome. You got to go through some stuff. Like the brother said, he was shot 5 times. Good. You alive. Your ancestors didn't get you out of that. I can promise you that. Your ancestors dead. Your ancestors have no power. But the Most High do. Your ancestors didn't get you out of that. I can promise you that. Because if our ancestors were steady coming back, the first thing they'd be doing, they'd be killing all these goddamn Edomites for what they had to go through. But the Most High, he the one who took care of that. And let's go to Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. Oh, Ecclesiastes, where is that? Go Bible, go. Song of Solomon, chapter 5, verse 1. I have come into my garden, my sister, my spouse. I have gathered my myrrh with my spice. I have eaten my honeycomb with thy honey. I have drunk my wine with my milk. Eat, O friend, drink. Yea, drink abundantly, O beloved. That's these law, statutes, and commandments. And loving your brother and all the things that are in the fruit of the Spirit. That's taking in all that. I sleep, but my heart waketh. It is the voice of my beloved that knocketh, saying, open to me, my sister, my love, my dove, my undefiled, for my head is filled with dew, and my locks with the drops of the night. We got to come back to our God, man. We got to go and do what our God say, man, so we can enter in that door, man, not be having to show all kind of IDs and getting patted down and all these things, man. Boy, that's something we shouldn't do, man. Let me go ahead, like I said, we like to end the class with a law, man. Like we say, keep law, statutes, and commandments. We like to give a law, statute, or commandment. So, that's how we normally have to like to end our class. In our classes with something. Let me find one for you. Let me find something good. Let me find something good for you. Let me give you something. I need this again. I hope we done did this 1,000 times. But like Captain Benaniyah always say, with this, just this one commandment, if we keep this, black on black crime will end overnight. You want to put fear in them? Let's just keep this one commandment. They will be so scared of us tomorrow. And that is Leviticus chapter 19, verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart. Thou shalt not in any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. That's we should not. So that means we got to correct our people. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am the Lord. And on that, we're going to say shalom.